about ourselves is that a very long time ago, generations and generations ago, my family consisted of Sephardic Jews. Oh. And it is like, he's like, I told you! I knew it! I sensed it! and the story goes is during the Spanish Inquisition, so many people were forced to convert on the exterior to Catholicism, but on the interior continued to practice their faith, continued to be who they were, even though they were pressured to not be that on the outside world.
It's never occurred to me that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez might be a Jew. I've never had so anti-Semitic a thought in my life as to accuse the Jews of being the people of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's really awful that this is running. Where did she say this? She was saying this at a Hanukkah event at Jews for Racial and Economic Justice. So she's at some event for Hanukkah for a very left-wing group of Jews, and she's now decided that she is going to be Jewish. People are making comparisons, obviously, to Elizabeth Warren, Hiawatha Warren. Ocasio-Cortez did this in a much smarter way. Why is she doing this? Well, because she said very anti-Semitic things in public. She does not seem to be a friend of Jews or of the Jewish state. She referred to Israel as an apartheid state, I believe, or at least implied as much. She referred to the Jewish occupation of Palestine. Palestine, of course, being the fictional country to the east of Narnia and to the west of Wakanda. And so she's got this kind of baggage on her. So she goes there and says, you know, my ancestors were Jews. I'm an ethnic Jew. Is this true? I'd probably not, but maybe, I guess. She could take a DNA test, except she's probably learned a thing or two from Elizabeth Warren, and she won't do this. But this is an extension of the transgender ideology. She can just say that she is, and it doesn't matter. You know, Elizabeth Warren came out, she said, I'm a Native American. She used it for professional benefit. She used it to advance her career. She used it to pretend that she was the first Native American faculty member at Harvard or whatever she said. And Ocasio-Cortez is not using it in that way. She's just using it in this very nihilistic way, the way that words don't mean anything. She's speaking at a group of Jews, and she says, oh yeah, I'm Jewish, somewhere back in the past. And actually, the logic of it is exactly the transgender logic, because she says, my ancestors were on the outside Puerto Ricans, or on the outside Spaniards, or whatever, but on the inside, secretly, they were Jewish. This is a logical extension of that sort of transgender ideology. But the reason I bring this up is not to make fun of her for that. It's probably a fairly shrewd strategy to sort of plant the seeds in a way that takes away any accountability to actually be Jewish. The reason I bring this up is because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has one of the greatest advantages in politics right now, which is that she is considered an idiot. This is a big advantage. She's clearly a pretty shrewd politician. She managed to get herself elected to Congress at 28. She upended a long-standing incumbent because she saw an opening. She saw that Joe Crowley, had not been campaigning. He hadn't really gone out there, pressed the flesh, made relationships with people in 10 years. And so she said, I can go in there and fill that spot. And she's done it. She's become a darling of the Democratic Party. She constantly attracts press to herself. She's a fundraiser now for the party. She's even been a threat to Nancy Pelosi. One of her first acts going to Congress was to go protest in Nancy Pelosi's office. This is a shrewd politician. She doesn't know anything. I don't want to belabor the comparison here. She's not like